Hello and welcome to the Trading Post podcast, where we unlock the secrets of business-to-business trade, dive into powerful networking strategies, and share my exciting journey of using a podcast to market my business instead of relying on SEO. I'm your host, Trader Stu. And welcome back to this week's episode. I'm your host, Trader Stu with the Trading Post podcast. I hope you enjoyed that episode last week I did for everybody at the chamber, and hopefully that the AI picks up some of those 2-minute elevator pitches and helps generate some leads for them. More or less, that's what that was all about. I'm pretty sure that nobody sat there and listened to the whole thing with every presentation. Maybe they did. I don't know. It'd be cool if they did. But more or less, it's just about, I'm out here sometimes trying to help businesses in some different kind of a way that hasn't been done before. And last I checked, I have not seen or heard of anybody else doing something like that, to where you just go out, grab some audio from a networking event and, to help somebody out and, or their business. So that, something different. Everyone really enjoyed it. Everyone had a lot of fun with it. I only had 2 people that said, no, thank you. They had stage fright, but that's to be expected. So no big deal. Today I am actually recording in my little bar area. So if it's echoey, I hear it in my headset, but there's not much I can do about it right now. But basically what's happening is I'm trying to stay a little bit elusive from the general public. Lately, my kids have that hand, foot, mouth that is going around our area right now in Metro Detroit. So I'm trying not to be a spreader of that. So I'm working from home and just trying to make do and make things happen. So you see, even I have to deal with the struggle sometimes and figure things out and go along. And what's cool about our society lately, nowadays, is, since the COVID thing happened, is that we're all much more flexible with that and more understanding of things that are not exactly always perfect, because sometimes we have to work from home. And given the circumstances with having a youngin', I got lucky that my wife took him out this afternoon, and is out doing whatever she's doing with him. So I got the house to myself for a minute and taking advantage of it. Today late for the episode. Usually I do Trade Tuesdays, but again, with the kids having hand, foot, and mouth, I have not slept much and all that stuff. So I'm not making excuses, but just here we are. At any rate, let's get to it. I hope you guys have been at the Renaissance Festival and enjoyed that, by the way. My sponsor, it was awesome, and definitely check it out before they close out for the season, as well as thanking my job, Metro Trading Association. And now, I guess he's kind of a sponsor. We were talking about that. I was like, hey, do you want to be a sponsor for the podcast? Because we're trading. I mean, it's no different than me helping out the Renaissance Festival for, talking about them. And then they gave me the 20 tickets, for an exchange for helping them out and advertising for them. So now what I'm doing is adding an extra benefit and immediate perk for new signups that come into Metro Trading Association. And I've joined forces with an indoor billboard company. And I don't know if I want to say his name quite yet. And the reason why is I want every single lead to go through me, because here's why. I made a deal with him. So he's a new launch, right? And he needs billboards and he needs hosts to hang the billboards up in high traffic locations. Think restaurants, gyms, waiting rooms, doctor's offices and stuff, right? So basically, if I get him somebody that'll hang up a billboard or TV, they're 65-inch TVs, then I get to run an ad on that monitor for free, right? So it's a good deal. I'm like, okay, well, great. I already got somebody, I think I got 2 people signed up for it because they're members of Metro Trading Association, and I have a good business relationship with them. I talk to them every week at minimum usually. And so one is going into, last I knew, Mashiko Taco on Crooks Road. If you haven't been in there yet, check that out. He's got those awesome tequila. It's actually Mashiko Taco and Tequila is the full name. He's got everything from the cheap, I guess, I don't know, it's Jose Cuervo, just a cheap tequila. I just know it as that, all the way to something better than 1800. I think he's got a $200 tequila shot in there or something like that, last I heard. And great food as well. But the tequila bar is really cool, really fun. Check it out. on Crooks Road in Rochester, and coming soon, an indoor billboard. So, and I guess if you go in there, you'll see the advertising for the billboard company that does it. But and the other one that is going to get a billboard is Fresh Roots Juicery in Rochester. Is it Rochester Hills at that point? I don't know. Rochester Hills is kind of the same area to me in my head, and I don't know where the dividing line is, but it doesn't matter. She's on Livernois and Walton. It's called Fresh Roots, and she's getting an indoor billboard as well. And I'll get into it in a second, but I'll just say it anyways. So what they're doing is their new host is that they get a billboard in their place, hung for free, right? They don't pay for the TV. And they get a free advertisement on that TV. Plus, with them, because they're hosting, they get 5 more free TVs, not TVs, but ads around town. So they get a total of 6 around town. So that's like a $4,650 a double check later. We'll get into it in a minute, but basically let's just round it to $5,000. $5,000 a year in free advertisement because their ad shows, I think it's every 15 minutes on the billboards for 15 seconds, I believe. So again, that's up to you and, Will, his name's Will, to talk about. But if you're in the Oakland County area, and I'll get that in a second here. Oakland County is East Pontiac. It goes all the way to Auburn Hills, Rochester Hills, and Troy. So if you're in that area and you're listening, definitely hit me up. I will get you the contact to call you and then get you set up if you're in a location that he can work with. So he gave me the map the other day. He's limited to a certain territory, like I said, Oakland County. And because we already have a member who's in Metro Trading Association called Digital Macomb, and he does the same thing. It's hyper local ads. So the reason why they only want counties is because they are only advertising other businesses that are high potential to do business with the advertiser, right? So if you are seeing a national ad and I don't know, let's just say it's a whiskey commercial, you're probably not gonna, maybe you buy the whiskey, I don't know, but basically it's like if you're seeing a plumber in Ohio and you live in Michigan, unless you live in the Ohio-Michigan border, you're not going to probably use that plumber, right? So that's what it's all about, to make things actually happen. We're all going back to local, right? What do they call it? 15-minute cities, so you can walk anywhere in 15 minutes or bike, whatever. We're going back. We're imploding back to the days of old and doing business locally by county. I think it's going by county, not much a city, but more of like a county situation. And everyone's trying to at least stay in that area. I mean, gas is expensive. Cars are expensive. Cars are $90,000 now. What the heck is going on with that? So, I'm seeing more and more electric bikes and around town as a mode of transportation than I thought I would ever see. They got all the green lanes set up in Ferndale, Royal Oak. There's a little area by me in Sterling Heights, and they have the bike lanes all set up now with cones, and so it's happening. I don't know how the car companies are responding to that so well because, as we all know, they're the ones who are responsible for taking up all the train tracks and buying up all the rail cars and all the mass transit. So you have to rely on vehicles. It was, big campaign that they did to make everyone reliant on their cars. So I'm not sure how that's going to work out with the whole 15-minute cities, but whatever, we'll get into, that's not my problem. So, all right, let's get into it. So the indoor billboards is a really high impact advertising solution. And I think it's kind of the way of the future because they're on their phones, people are quitting social media, and they're getting burned out with ads in their face on their phones. So you can actually get measurable results with an indoor billboard. So businesses see about a 400% increase, they say, in advertising impact, which is a 33% boost in average ticket value and an 83% recall rate among customers, which is pretty cool. 83% recall rate? That's crazy. That means, 8 out of 10 people, if you ask them in a room what you just saw on the billboard in the restaurant, they could tell you. That's amazing, dude. So the digital screens are installed in the locations. I think, like I said, restaurants, salons. I forgot about salons. Yeah, salons is a good one too. You're sitting there. You can't really be on your phone unless you want to get product on it or hair, I guess. And then you got your arms above the apron. So I'm not on my phone. Is anybody else on their phones while they get a haircut? It just seems like you need a break. That's like your time. That's your minute. Like, you know what? If you're on your phone and you're in the barber chair, That you got a problem, man. I think you got a problem. That's a problem, right? That's definitely a problem. That's an addiction. Anyway, retail stores is another one, and fitness centers, obviously, while you're on the treadmill, whatever like that. For me, I know that I really did not like when I was running, looking down at the book holder or the iPad holder, I guess you want to say, on the treadmill because it made me dizzy. So I'd rather look out and up, maybe even on a TV. Even when I had my own treadmill and elliptical in a workout room that I had set up at one point, I had a TV mounted up in the corner of the ceiling in the wall there because I just didn't like looking down. So great opportunity for indoor billboards there. What else would be a good one? I was thinking about when I said it's salons, retail stores. Oh, I saw one the other day at a Mediterranean place. It was like a fast food kind of, what do you call it? Where you order your food at the counter and it's made to order, but not pre-made. Anyway, it's like fast food, but I forget what you call that. Fast sit down? I don't know. Anyway, while you're up there looking at the menu, right next to the menu was a billboard. And I was like, duh, genius. Why would you not do that? So, and he was a brand new location too. So that was smart that he did that right away and took care of that with an indoor billboard. I really liked watching the indoor billboard actually while waiting for my food, to be honest. What else is there? No, that's retail store, fitness centers. It doesn't matter. So I was kind of going through my notes here and seeing if I had any other ideas because I'm talking out loud. Sometimes when I talk out loud, I get my own ideas. And yeah, I know the podcast is for y'all, but I gotta be honest, it's for me too. It's like talk therapy, right? You're like, oh, you know what, I'm talking about it. I'm like, oh God, I gotta make a note about it. That I didn't even think about that as I'm just sitting here talking. Sometimes that happens. So here's how the program works is that you get a team that installs a 65-inch billboard screen at your location. No cost to you. It turns your business into a local advertising hub, and it drives both your promotions and those of other non-competing businesses in the area. So of course they take a look, and if you're a restaurant that sells maybe burgers, I don't know, you're not going to be in a restaurant advertising on their billboard that's also sells burgers or whatever. So they obviously watch for that kind of stuff, which is really cool. There's a owner I was talking to of Gator Jake's in Sterling Heights. He works with two companies. I called him up. I said, hey, do you want to do this? Because it'd be a no-brainer for you. You're at a bar. You get 5 other locations for free. Do you want to do it? He's like, actually, I already work with 2 companies that do indoor billboards. So I've got no more room for monitors. So obviously he sees it's a good value. So this says actually $4,600 value for free advertising every year. And they do update your billboard. You can do it monthly. So if you have a promotion coming up or a sale or whatever, you can contact the company and they'll rewrite the program and upload it to the TV to show your new promo thing, right? So that's cool. So that's $5,000 per year. I round up, man. Let's just call it what it is. So your commercial will air at least 4 times per hour. So I was right, every 15 minutes, every single day inside your location and 5 additional billboards across the high traffic areas throughout Oakland County. It makes your reach effective all year round. So that's cool. And then what else we got? Geographic reach. So Oakland County's hotspots. It covers broad swath of Oakland County, including Rochester Hills, Troy, Auburn Hills, Pontiac, and nearby communities. Yeah, so nearby communities as well, of course. If you operate in a high traffic location anywhere within an area, your business can become a high visibility advertising destination, attracting local shoppers and boosting brand awareness. So why it matters for B2B marketing. For trade associations and B2B marketers, offering the billboard perk as a new member, it's a good incentive, right? I mean, why would you not want to sign up? You're getting trade, new business you would have otherwise had. You get advertising at no cost, but except for the application fee of $400. So for $400, you get, for one-time fee, by the way, one time, not annually, $400, you get a membership in a Metro Trading Association, all the trade revenue, plus free advertising at 5 other little businesses around the locations around you, plus 1 in your place. And if you wanted to, you can also upgrade a package, I'm sure, to get to all of the monitors in the area. Like, I know Metro Trading Association, we bought with the other company that does Macomb County. We're in 90 of his locations. So all 93, I think it is, of his monitors that are around Macomb County, we're in. So, and I forgot what that costs. That's not my gig. But anyway, so what else? Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna keep it short. That's it. I'm gonna call it, and that's it. So if you're interested, give me an email and or the phone call, and at 248-244-0000, 248-244-0000, and ask for Stu, right? And we'll go from there and get you signed up, and then also a billboard. Heck, it depends. If you're in a cool location, I'll even just give you the lead for the free billboard, depending on what's going on. But either way, that's it. Whatever you guys do out there, be good or be good at it.